Hi everyone, Amesville Athlete here. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal biking videos. It is on the Great Ames Adventure Race. Now this race is sort of like a modified triathlon, and today I brought some friends. So what is the Great Ames Adventure Race? Well, for the first part of the race you have to paddle around Ada Hayden Lake, and Haley was our paddler for this relay. During the first part of the race, paddlers have to circumnavigate around Ada Hayden and then exit the lake right around where they started. Paddlers safely enter the water and are released in waves. Haley was the fourth wave to start, and she had to do about 2.5 miles of paddling before tagging me in for the bike part. Okay, the next part of the race is an individual time trial on the bike. The course itself is about 15.5 miles and has a slight modification to last year's edition. This bike course takes us as far north as Gilbert, and we have a U-turn around to get us back to Ada Hayden Park. Before starting my part of the race, I put in a decent warm-up on my trainer. It's always nice to get those legs working before embarking on a massive effort. Now I first want to show you last year's footage of the transition between paddling and me cycling. So Haley tagged me in, and I have trouble clipping in. And the reason that I was having trouble is because I was trying to clip in while in the grass. So lesson learned here, I actually decided to run out to the street and then jump on my bike and finally clip in. Now let's just sort of talk through what's going through my head and what's happening right now. So I immediately bring this up to a lot of watts here. If you look in the bottom left corner, doing over 700 watts. I really want to get my speed up. Right now I'm doing about 25, 26 miles an hour. And I take this first right-hander, okay? And I see a pair of riders ahead of me, and I get into my aero bars immediately. But I can't quite get onto this lane here on the right, so I have to pass them real quick. And right now, I'm doing about 350 watts. I'm not actually paying attention to how much power I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of going by feel. And honestly, I'm doing way too many watts right now. And my speed is up at 30, 31 miles an hour. And then this happens. Boom. My GoPro dies. You kidding me?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
So you're just gonna have to deal with my selfie cam right now. You won't be able to actually see where I'm going. But fortunately, one of the amazing club members of Ames Velo was taking pictures. His name is Scott Wall. So here are a few pictures from the start of the race, or towards the beginning. It's on Bloomington here. I'd say we're at about not even a mile and a half into the race right now. And again, huge shout out for Scott Wall for not only taking pictures here, but at the finish as well. Back to some GoPro footage. Today, the legs felt great. Specific training with aero bars started about 8 weeks ago. My coach designed a training block to have maximum fitness with minimal fatigue while going into today's time trial. The weather was also great too. There's only about 8 or so mile per hour wind coming from the northwest, and during the race it was incredibly cool at about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Skipping ahead and coming back down to Ada Hayden Park, my legs were absolutely screaming to be done. And here is another photo from Scott Wall just before the finish line. Now right now I'm past the final corner coming into the finish line, and I'm just pushing as hard as I can on my pedals. I'm basically sprinting, bringing it up to 900 watts. I'm doing whatever I have left in my legs to push, and I do this emergency stop here. And I hop off my bike, I find Michaela and tag her in. The last part of this adventure race is a 5K run. And super shout out for Michaela for running her personal record 5K. This was the second year in a row winning the mixed relay race for Haley and I. Our total time combined together was 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 55 seconds. Both Haley and I went faster for our individual times than last year. Haley actually beat her previous time by 3 minutes. Super kudos. And I beat my previous time by 2 minutes. This was Michaela's first 5K race, and she beat her personal record she set while training. Super shout out to these two other individuals for making this relay happen. Well, racing isn't the only thing to do at the Great Ames Adventure Race. When you're all done, you can head on over to the Moose Lodge and begin devouring pancakes. I think I had about a dozen or so pancakes and an equal number of sausages. There's also an award ceremony for the various categories. It was fun listening to all the different relay teams. Our team this year was Lab Rats. Thank you for watching this video.